Hey there, Gators! I'm Dr. Michelle Murray. I'm the Dean of Arts and Science here at Bishop's University, and I'm also a professor of religion, hence the Buddha, the picture of the Buddha behind me. I'm going to walk you through all of the information that is in the academic calendar. I've got here an example of a hard copy of the calendar, but it's also located online, and it's the same information. You may have looked at the calendar already when you were trying to decide what program to enroll in. Every program has its own section, and the requirements are listed there, that is the courses that are necessary for attaining a major or an honors or a minor. There's also a list of all of the description of courses that are available through every program and department. And that can be particularly useful when you're trying to find electives for your program. Now, there are program requirements, but there are also divisional requirements. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're not certain what division your program falls under, all you need to do is look up your program in the academic calendar and see which division it's listed under. And then in order to find out about the divisional requirements, you just need to look at the informational page on each division. It's also a really good idea to consult with your chair, the chair of your program or your department. And for more on that, have a look at our video on academic support. The next section that we'll look at or explore in the academic calendar has to do with university regulations. This has to do with academic conduct. Now, first and foremost, the university prohibits any act of academic dishonesty, and this can include plagiarism, falsification of data, the acquirement of confidential information such as test answers. There's a whole list in the academic calendar that you can consult. You'll also find information about what happens if you do commit an act of academic dishonesty. What happens is you will receive a 0 grade in the assignment, or if the act of dishonesty is serious enough, you'll receive a 0 grade for the course itself. You'll also find information about what to do if you have an issue with a course or a professor. For example, maybe you feel that you've received an unfair grade in one of your courses. There's a whole process that's described in the academic calendar. Basically, though, the first step is to discuss the issue with the professor or the instructor of the course. Then, if you can't resolve it at that level, it goes to the dean. Now, if you want some help through this process, you can always reach out to the university ombudsperson. This is a person who hears student complaints and gives an unbiased perspective on them. They know the rules and regulations of the university really well, so they can help give you advice on what to do if you have an issue. And something to keep in mind is that there are deadlines by which academic issues need to be resolved, so make sure and look that up in the academic calendar. Finally, there are certain rights and responsibilities that you have as a student. For example, you have the right to receive information on your program. You have the right to receive notification about administrative decisions at the earliest time possible. You have the right to review your work with the instructor, and you have the right to your own intellectual property. In terms of responsibilities, you have the responsibility of actually going to class. You are to listen attentively, you're to be aware, you are to conduct yourself with academic honesty, and you have the obligation to develop your English proficiency. And at the same time, professors and academic staff have obligations and responsibilities towards students. For example, professors must give a course syllabus or course outline for every course. And they can't change that without the consent of the students. They cannot set an exam that is worth more than 10% in the last 2 weeks of the class in a semester. They can't change the time of a course, and they must give an evaluation before the deadline for withdrawal with permission. And if they haven't, you can ask for that. So that's about it for now. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.